Oh man, it is freaking chilly down here. But what is going on, guys? And Merry gosh dang Christmas. So today I figured, since we got a little bit of downtime, might as well pump out a little bit of third gen Camaro content. So first off, everybody, I hope you have an enjoyable and safe Christmas and holidays throughout the rest of the New Year's. Be responsible. You're more than welcome to have a Yeti filled with something that's not water, but just make sure you're extra cautious and do not drive. So today we're going to be working on this. We need to get this thing prepped and ready to go for paint come spring, because springtime I want to have this thing painted immediately and completely back together. So truthfully, I want to do like the car completely in 220 first, then go to 320, and then maybe even do like a 400 grit sandpaper. Today we are just going to work with the 220, try to get as much as we can. I did paint this maroon and put clear coat over top of it, but like I said before, that was not our actual official paint prep. There was overspray everywhere. Everything's going to be coming off, and you can definitely see some imperfections in this stuff right here, which is not terrible, but you can definitely see some lines. I want to get all the maroon basically sanded down smooth to get everything going. So basically we have everything prepped and ready to go to get this thing painted. And truthfully, you know, I'm still torn up in the air with what I want to do color-wise, but I am so excited to enter 2020 and get this damn thing on the road. But let's get into it. There's going to be lots and lots of time lapses today, Christmas music thrown in. It's just going to be a lackadaisical vlog and just working on the Camaro. So hope you guys enjoy. If you aren't already subscribed, make sure you smash that subscribe button. We're almost at 5,000 subscribers. I'm hoping to get there, but it's far-fetched. I'm not going to be upset if we don't by the end of the year. So hope you guys enjoy. Yeah, look at that LB7 smoke, baby. Because it's freaking America Day, that's why. Now, before the record, or I should say for the record, before anybody gives me shit, okay, this car's intention is not necessarily to be the cleanest, the best paint, anything like that. Like, it's legitimately just going to be painted. It's not meant to be a show car by any means. So yes, I know there are tons of different ways you can sand this and get this all prepped and ready to go. Like I said, I'm just going to do the 220, 320, then 400. So it's not the intention behind this car is not to be picture perfect. The more I thought about it, like, I already have a restored third gen Camaro that was done 100% the right way. I really just want to make this a drag car, and especially with the rust, which I'll show you guys in a second down here in these wheel wells, I really don't want to take the time to just do that when, listen, if I can have it looking somewhat decent and just have something that's somewhat decent looking to take to the drag strip, I'd rather invest my time and money into a motor for this thing than really having it look magnificent. Right now we have the 305, which is coming out of this car. Those of you guys that have been along for this project know that it has a 305, but this is what I'm referring to when I say the rust. All right, so in these wheel wells, it's got bubbling everywhere, and down here there's like a hole underneath here, and like a lot of this stuff I really don't want to necessarily take the time to go too crazy with. If I can just have this thing looking respectable, to take it to the drag strip. Now, I'm not going to invest thousands of dollars into prep and paint for a car that literally I'm going to beat the ever-loving hell out of. But back here, these hatches are notorious for getting rust up top. You can see it here, 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 and then this whole section inside here, which is smooth now. But I can't wait to get 320 and 400 on that, smooth it all out, get that thing going. But I mean, drop your comments down below with what you guys think. With having a 1988 completely restored already, I'd much rather make this into a drag car and use the shell as that purpose. And then getting rid of that 305, getting rid of the 700 R4 is just going to make wonders for me. As a lot of you guys know, the interior is pretty much gutted out of this car. So moving forward, I really want to just spend the time to get all this sanded somewhat decently. Get everything back together. This, where I plasti dip, is going to be a pain in the ass to get off. But I'm actually genuinely excited to get this thing where, one, it could be on the street, but two, have a different motor so we can take it to the drag strip. I hate to put it this way, but this is going to be fun for quite a while. I think I can control the rust and prolong its career as a running and driving vehicle. But, you know, as long as it's not completely rotted, I'll use it as a drag car. Where my other car, on the other hand, is something that, I mean, it's completely, every bolt was taken out of that car. So that's garage kept. That's not worried about. This will still be garage kept once finished. But eventually I want to get myself to the point where I can move on to bigger and better things, which I'm going to explain to you guys here in a second. All right, so future plans for not only the channel, but for this thing as well. I want to make this, like I said, into the drag vehicle of the channel. That way I can produce drag content. Plus, I've never been drag racing. So this is a great platform to start off of. But ultimately on the channel, okay, and I've talked about this plenty of times before, I have two vehicles in mind, car-wise, that I want to bring onto the channel. One being a 2010-2011 Camaro SS. Okay, I am so torn up in the air between a Camaro or a C5. Price-wise is about the same. So obviously I'm a diehard Camaro guy, having two Camaros, and I've owned an additional 4th gen. This is my 3rd Camaro. I want to kind of keep that going. Now, we have talked before about doing like another 4-wheel drive cheap budget build. I still am going to do like an IDI build or like a Jeep Cherokee YJ build or something along those lines. But I do miss having a manual sports car. It drives me nuts. The Duramax is obviously in its state right now. I need to get the NSBU switch and swap that out, get that thing back out on the road, and then try to assess the injector issues. The more I've thought about it financially, it makes the most amount of sense. As much as I would love to go out and get a 6.7, it doesn't make the most amount of sense. And for me, excuse me, personally, I don't need flashy. Okay, and the way I look at it is, if the truck's paid for and the truck is perfectly running, if I need to haul, an LB7 will haul. I don't need a 6.7, spend the extra money to take care of that, or even go out and get an LML or whatever. I can then in return take the money that I would spend on a newer truck, keep my older truck, and invest it into a nicer sports car. Like I said, whether it's a 2010, 2011 Camaro SS or getting a C5 Corvette, or hell, who even knows? Like, I think it would be so freaking cool being a guy that has each Camaro. Obviously, 1st generation, they're freaking money pits, you know. That would probably be one of the last vehicles that we would ever purchase. But a 2nd gen, you can come by for $1,000 around here. 3rd gen, obviously, we have 2 of them. 4th gen, listen, if I come across a nice, clean, not even low mileage LT1, I would love to have it. I love the LS platform, but in the same token, the LT1 I think sounds far better. Plus, you don't really see a whole lot of people building an LT1 anymore, so that's not out of the equation either. You know, let's just say something happens, and all of a sudden I got $3,000 laying around, and I can throw it into getting an LT1 Z28. You know, I'm all for that. I think it would be cool down the road to maybe have one of each generation Camaro, and it all starts with producing more content. You guys watching, you guys enjoying the videos. I know this project here has seen so many different phases. You know, the initial plan when we first got it was literally just to take the interior out of this damn thing, throw it in my 88, and take the motor out of here, and that was pretty much it. Then we decided, okay, well, we'll gut the interior, put that in the 88, keep the motor in it for right now in the case that I want to run it or want to drive it, whatever it may be, which obviously my plans have never been to keep the 305 really in this car. So the motor's still going, but then I opted, instead of just scrapping it, I opted to just kind of keep it. We threw it together, bought some cheap parts, you know, off of Facebook Marketplace, got new fenders, repaired the whole front end that was, you know, smashed, and painted it like Dale Earnhardt's car. Now, that was like cool, creative. That was like when I didn't necessarily give two shits about this car, and the time and investment that I would really want to invest into it just wasn't there. I didn't really want to take the time. I was like, okay, let's get it to where it looks somewhat decent body-wise, and then just plastic it over everything and call it the Del Mero. We have since changed that to, you know, hey, let's get it looking somewhat decent. And now that I'm not just patching things and I'm actually tearing things apart and looking into things, I'm finding so many things wrong, even with the body of this car. Like I said, the rust hole down here is just freaking atrocious. That's something that would be covered by the ground effects, which is why I'm saying for a drag car, it's not necessarily a terrible idea. We all know these things are unibody, so they're not the heaviest thing. They're not the lightest thing, but they're definitely not the heaviest thing out there. And if we put a nice, whether it's a small block, a big block, or we decide to go the LS route, we can make a nice, decent 400 or 500 horsepower drag car out of this damn thing. That's going to be, like I said, it's already completely gutted inside. Maybe put like a half roll cage and call it a day there. But for, like I said, for future for the channel, I really want to transfer into getting myself back in the seat of something manual. I miss my Subaru. I miss my GTI. I miss going fast. I miss slamming through gears and just having a good time. You know, we've tossed the idea around about so many different vehicles, and now it's time to put those words and put it into action. And with that, you know, entering into 2020, we are actually releasing a merch line. I know we've talked about that as well here and there. We are releasing a merch line, so you guys that would like to support the channel and buy merch, I'm not going to release the name necessarily yet of what the merch is going to be called, but New Year's Day, we're going to be announcing what the brand is going to be, what it is all about, and we are going to be, I'm actually working with one of you guys, a subscriber, somebody who follows me on Instagram, is making me different designs, and honestly, that's so awesome to have the support from you guys, you know, and who knows, maybe that'll work. That'll give me some extra side money, get this damn thing done, maybe buy an LT1, who knows. But like I said, if you guys enjoy content like this, sorry I'm kind of blabbing for the last couple minutes, but I'm just really excited for what 2020 has to hold. Like I said, we are looking to get at minimal 2 additional vehicles next year between, like I said, an IDI or an XJ, and getting some type of sports car. So if this was your first time watching a video on my channel, guys, I hope you give this video a big thumbs up. Enjoy your freaking Christmas. I know I'm about ready to kill this Yeti that's up here and then proceed to make another one. Luckily, I'm not going anywhere. Like I told you guys in the beginning, you don't want to drive, or if you do, you have a DD. You know, I am super stoked that we almost hit 5,000 subscribers this year, considering that we started the year with 2,000 and we are under 250 to go. That was phenomenal. I did not expect that growth. So as we continue to grow in 2020, I'm excited for the builds and being able to give back to you guys. Enjoy your Christmas, and I will catch you guys in the freaking next one. See you.